Hi, everyone. Gwen here, and today I have a previous student of mine, Jackie, and we're going to be discussing how Jackie went from a brand new singing student to singing confidently within 9 months. Alrighty, so Jackie, could you briefly introduce yourself and describe your experience with music prior to our voice lessons together?
Sure. Hi, Gwen. Hi. My I really never really sang before, so everything was brand new to me. And the church I was going to just the music just really inspired me. And I just felt this call. I love to worship with them, and I just kept thinking I really want to be up there. Like, that would warm my heart. I don't want to perform per se, but I really never sang before, but I found myself constantly singing all these worship songs. So I thought, I want to sound good at this. um and there was this band that I was joining, and I'm like, I have to find it. I think I'm going to look. And Gwen reached out to me, and I thought it was really nice that she called me. We made sure that we were a great fit because, I mean, she cared enough to find out what I was interested in. And we just had that connection, that personalized connection. And I couldn't be more grateful for that. So she helped me, well, lots of ways. So I I just was so grateful because I learned singing is not just about singing. There's so many layers, so many layers. So I felt she was a good fit. I knew nothing, so she really taught me a lot. But
You
yeah,
you
yeah,
definitely were a good student. That's for sure.
thank
Definitely
you.
willing to work on
Yeah.
things for sure.
I was so blessed that you came to my house and you got along with my animals, and I really do miss you.
Ah, no, I will definitely have to plan a visit for sure.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yes. So, how long were you singing like with your church before you decided that you actually wanted to do like worship leading? Like what led to besides you seeing like imagining yourself being up there and like what really made you want to be up there? Could you describe that?
It was just like a different form of praying to me, singing these worship songs. They were just so meaningful to me. I mean, music was always, yeah, I had some favorites, but just the words and the message was just so meaningful. And that's what drew me to it, and just them on stage and how authentic they were worshiping. And I thought, wow, that is just such a natural way to pray and to honor God. And I never pictured myself up there. I was just so inspired by the singers, and um I just wanted to know more about that. And I just felt this calling, like, yeah, I if I can do this, like actually do this, because I have zero confidence, this could probably really work in my life to get me past all those mindsets. And it has really helped a lot. So
Good.
I'm not as nervous when I go out there. I only shake a little bit. But no, people have told me that they really can see the changes. So
Excellent. That's
yeah.
that's so wonderful to hear that. What goals did you have in mind? Did you have any goals when we started together or before we started together? What were those goals?
Gosh, I just wanted to sound good, and I didn't realize how difficult it is 1 year later. I definitely have come so far, but it's a constant, constant learning. I mean, it's not just you open your mouth and sing. It's where do you put your tongue, and how much airflow, and where it really comes from. And then there's your tone and clarity, and there's SOVTs and all the work that goes into it for all the different reasons. And there's strengthening your vocal cords, you know, and there's agility, and there's just so many different, you know, and then there's always, Gwen always reminded me, because she would come over and we would stretch and we would definitely relax all those tense muscles. And I do that now because it's so important. So, and cooling down is so important. So really what I expected is this not to be this hard, but it's a good challenge, because if it's meant to be, it's, you know, I'm gonna keep working at it, and I'm gonna, you know, I want to be out there leading, hopefully. So, you know, to lead worship would be amazing. So I have all the tools that Gwen gave me. So I'm going to continue.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what, really, you kind of really inspired me too, because you were such a student who, like, once I told you about like something like very technical or like anatomical, you always went and looked it up yourself. And that just inspired me more to do that.
Oh,
Not that
good.
I wasn't doing that already, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that just inspired me more. So, and I still do that. I mean, I've always done that, but it
Yeah.
just made me more inspired to do that, to help others like you who,
Yeah.
you know, really need that, more of that structure, and that more anatomical, or, you know, can have that explanation to them, because not everybody can. A lot of people really go by feeling, and that's okay too. Everybody's going to learn differently and at their
Yeah.
own pace. So
Well,
that's
you always taught me to go by, how does it feel? I'm still working on that, because I can't, I'm still worried, focus on the sound. Then I have to just, you know, put that out of my mind and be more in tune with what it feels like. So I've really tried to do that,
good for
because
you.
you would say, how does it feel? And I'm like, what do you mean, how does it feel? How does it sound? Just, so that's a whole getting used to. You know, I don't know if I just learn differently, but I still watch, you know, the YouTube with Madeline, and I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't feel that. But after the third time, I start to get it.
Good.
So after you would tell me something, maybe 3 weeks later, it would sink in. And Gwen did tell me that. So you gave me a lot of good advice. And I would have a question, and I would email you, and you would give me such good advice, what to do when you're sick, and when your voice is tired, and when I lost my voice 3 times because I was singing incorrectly. So I really appreciate that.
Yes, that was rough.
Yeah.
But we got through it. We got through it,
Yeah.
and anyone can get through it with the right tools. And I think the important thing with sickness is to not rush the recovery, because a lot of people want to rush and they want to find that cure right away. They want to get back into it. And
Yeah.
I've had other people reach out to me. What do I do? How can I? And every single time I say rest and hydration. You cannot rush
Yeah.
this. Your body
Right.
has to take the time to heal itself.
And bubble
And
cups and straws.
yes, and when you start to feel a little better, yes, that's when you bring back the SOVTs and do the straw phonation to double check where you're at and see if you can sing a little bit, and great if you can, but again, rest, hydration, little bits at a time. Don't try
Yeah.
and sing a whole song if you're not ready for it. If your voice is saying no, listen to it.
Yeah.
Because remember, I always say, you know your voice better than anybody else because it's a part of you. So,
And
yeah.
nebulize. I nebulize too. So.
Oh, yes. Nebulizer, great.
Yeah.
Steaming, great. Just make sure you are cleaning them properly.
Yeah.
That's the important thing too, is making sure you're cleaning them properly and sterilizing them properly. So during sessions, what were your frustrations in trying to achieve some of these goals?
I was frustrated because I think I was practicing too much. And then I would lose my voice. So that was very frustrating, that whole, and then I went to the ENT to make sure there was no damage. Um, the whole breath support, it's a constant work. And I think so many aspects, and you help me, like, you don't think of all of it at once, just break it down, like work 1 week on breath support, and then work another week head voice, or whatever it may be. And that's helped me a lot, because I can only think of so many things, and then it starts to come together, of course, and muscle memory. But it's still a constant, like something is lacking because you're focusing on something else. So I think all that put together was frustrating. But you had some really good ideas for that, and I just continued to use those.
Well, you kind of answered this question already,
Oh,
but
sorry.
no, it's okay. It's okay. What are some things we worked on that helped you get past those frustrations, excuse me. Like you said, focusing on one thing at a time
Yeah.
was one, which is good. I think a lot of us like to look at the whole picture rather than one thing. I do it too. I do it too, and sometimes
Yeah.
I have to remind myself too. Um, was there anything else that helped you get past those frustrations too?
Yeah, you're always so patient, and you're always, you really you believe in your students. So, just your passion and your solid help and support, I have to say, helped tremendously, because uh, you would never think of someone giving up, because it's a little hard. And yeah, and that's why you're so amazing. You can teach little children. I think you're great with young ladies. Like, you're a great role model, I think, today for young women, dancers, singers, and of course us, older generation. Like, you can work with everybody. So
Wouldn't say older, wise
okay, I'll go with that.
generation.
And anybody can learn to sing, and you taught me that, and I tell everybody that, anybody can learn to sing. So
Yes,
it's true.
I actually took that from a very good friend of mine who used to say anyone can paint. And it's in the Ratatouille movie, anyone can cook. I really do believe that you can use that with
Yeah,
anything you want to do. Anyone can do something. It's just you have to have that willingness to put in the effort, um, or
absolutely.
or that desire to want it. That's the thing, even if it's just an outlet, like this is for you, or if you're leading someone in worship like you do. I mean, that was your goal, was to lead people in song, and I think that's great, because that's how I started singing, was exactly that. I grew up doing that. So,
Yeah.
and I love that you're doing that, because like that's how I got started.
Mhm.
Yeah. What piqued your interest in taking lessons? I know we discussed, wanting to be able to lead in worship, and also, getting comfortable on there. Uh, is there anything else that piqued your interest?
Gosh, just knowing that I would look stuff up on the internet, but I'm like, I need somebody. And I wanted a female, of course, because you know what it's like. Yeah, I think you would be a better fit. And you've taught this before. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking.
Good. No, no. I mean, we basically covered it. So, um, what areas of your singing has improved, and by how much?
I think my range is improved. The scales are so important. I definitely think when I work at it, you know, and it's something you have, like, it's like being a runner, you have to keep at it. And you can't just I can take a week off. You have to dedicate time to it. Um, and you work out with the straw, and it's gonna improve your range. Like, these things really work, but you have to dedicate yourself to them. So all the tools and just, and not, like you say, practice is not always singing a song. It's listening, it's speaking through the song, knowing, the song is a message. So, you know, you
What
taught me
message
that.
are you trying to send? Yes, what message are you trying?
Right, and the emotion behind it and all of that. And I think all of that together has improved every month, that I do sing. I'm getting more comfortable, and it's your nervous system. It's just in charge of everything. So if you're relaxed, you're going to do so much better. It's in charge of me, and I know that. So I really have to make sure, I relax, whatever that means for me. If I have to do tongue exercises for an hour, I have to figure it out, because that's what it is. Once I have the confidence, I believe I'll be fine, but it's just getting there, you know.
I remember sending you an email about, sometimes we have to remember exactly why we're doing this, especially when we get nervous like that.
Yeah.
And you said you would send it to your entire worship team.
I know. I was so touched by that.
Because I said something along the lines of, remember that we are doing, the reason you are doing this is because you are bringing people closer to God. That is the reason why you are up there on stage.
Yeah.
You are bringing them closer to what your message is about and why you're there to begin with. So, and that,
Absolutely. And in the whole realm of it, I'm growing closer to God. And that's awesome too. So
yes. So, why do you think those areas improved?
your constant support, and I mean, you never once I went into this thinking, oh my gosh, like, she's gonna be like, oh wow, I have a job. like I did not feel like I had any talent whatsoever. I don't, it's hard for me to listen to the sound of my own voice. So I have to get used to that. But that's a personal struggle within myself. But yeah, you were just always positive and always supportive, and you reassured me that I could do this. So I think that was the drive, that really did help me. And just, my love for the music. And I just, something that inside me just is not letting me give up on this. It may take me a little bit longer. That's okay.
Everybody learns at their own pace. Remember, I always say that too. Everybody learns at their own pace. Everybody's different. Kids.
And you reminded me not to compare myself to any other singer. We all have unique voices. And, I think about that as well, because you often do want to compare yourself. And, well, if she can do that with her voice, why can't I do that with mine? And it just, everybody is unique. So I'll have to I'm still figuring out what is unique about my voice. So it's a journey.
Yes, absolutely. It is a constant journey.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you recommend others to work with me?
Absolutely. Of all ages, for sure. Without a doubt, like, if you're new and you're nervous, like, this, definitely, like, there's no judgment. If you want someone supportive and who explains things well, yes, definitely. I'm sure I know you're great with children, And yeah, I think you can work with anybody and help them. So I know you could. So
Thank you. I
absolutely.
appreciate that. Thank you. Who do you think is a good fit for the studio?
I totally see you like leading young women who, you know, are close to your heart, what your passion is. I see you being such a role model for them. So yeah, but I mean, you young children, um, I think all ages for sure. Absolutely.
I've definitely worked with all ages.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think young women, but everybody. Because you really can sing multiple genres. So yeah,
Thank you. Well,
get
this
my recommendation.
this has been absolutely wonderful. It was Jackie, it was so great to hear about your progress and everything, and
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're continuing on. So thanks again, everyone, for coming along this video with us, and we will see you soon.